Hi everyone, my name is Sophie. I am the principal from AppWorks. I lead the AI investment team. I myself had 10-year work experience from the public market, and then I joined the VC for the 6 years so far. And we've been supported over 600 startups in this region, and among them, about 100 AI-driven, AI-native company, but 300 of them are definitely all leveraging AI for now. And we've been investing over $380 million US dollar in the past 15 years to support startups.
Okay, thank you, Sophie. How about Trantor?
Hello, everyone. My name is Trantor Liu, and I'm the founder and CEO of Cake. So Cake is a talent matching platform. We have millions of job seekers and also thousands of companies on it, hiring. And right now, I'm focusing on how to transform the way people finding for jobs and also company finding for talent. And myself, same as Ian, I was an engineer myself. So yeah, I really like the sharing in the previous session.
Okay, thank you, Trantor. And Catherine?
Hello, everyone. I am Catherine Wu from Crescendo Lab, and I am the lead of product marketing and sales enablement. In our Crescendo Lab, we built several products for the enterprise to transform their business communication among the marketing and also the sales and also the customer support scenario. And now we have our market in not only in Taiwan, but also in Japan and in Thailand. And I am the position to translate all the product strategy and into the solid sales enablement and product marketing strategy for our company to grow revenue.
Okay, thank you. And we're going to explore more about this talent in the AI era. And I'm sure a lot of the audience, including myself, that we have, on the one hand, excitement about the progress of AI. But on the other hand, we have been constantly threatened that AI is going to replace a lot of jobs, right? So it's kind of extreme. So people worry about, job being replaced. But, people like Elon Musk, who just received recently a 10-year package, totaled $1 trillion US dollars. So that's a pretty scary news, but also inspiring that if you are a very scarce talent, you can win or make a lot of money. So these two extremes both exist in this time of AI era. So I'd like to ask from first question that how would you compare talents or traditional talents with the talents in the AI era? What's the difference? How about start from Sophie?
For me, because most of my counterparty are founders, like Trantor. So I probably use this angle. What are the difference between AI founders? Founders in the past and now founder in the AI era. For me, to be honest, a lot of are unchanged. But what really, maybe if anything changed, I would say the speed of execution. I think you gotta be super fast. Because I feel AI is an amplifier that just amplify everything. Everything becomes so easy. You can build product easy. You can write an article faster. So who can really execute fast towards your goal and direction? I think that really makes very big difference now.
Okay, thank you. And Trantor?
Okay. For me, I think previously, humans don't really have to compete with machines. But right now, I think it's different things. Right now, like AI is running like parallel to humans or maybe against to humans. And for talents right now, I think there's a line that will divide the talents in the future. So it's either you can use AI to amplify your efficiency or your output. Otherwise, you could be replaced by it. It sounds a little bit like crucial, but I think it's something is happening right now. So that's why companies stop hiring juniors. I think it's also something, it's a reason behind of it.
Okay. And Catherine?
I think the talent in the past, they all use their own ability and their leadership to lead the team and create the value. But nowadays, the AI talent need to know how to create a value with human and AI. So I think it is the huge differences compared to before and now.
Okay, and Catherine, I have a follow-up question. I'm sure in your office and in other people's office as well that there are colleagues who use AI well and who do not use AI well. So what's the difference between that if technical capability is not the issue? What would be other issues for this difference?
Yes, it's a really important question. And at Crescendo Lab, we operate as our AI first principle. It means that we build product with AI and we train our sales team with AI and also we sell the AI products. But even in the kind of like company like us, we will also have the questions, can we actually generate revenue through AI? But when I see different like leaders and members, when they face the kind of questions, I found there are 4 very important method and behavior. The first one will be the people need to trust AI. If they could trust AI, they could have the ability to let AI to help them to increase their efficiency. And also they won't wait for the solution could be perfect. They will try and they will learn by the mistake that AI might have. And also they know what kind of like problem is AI is good at and what kind of limitation are. So they know how to separate the different steps in the very complex human workflow. And they know which step they need to automate it and which step they need to let AI to execute and which step they should remain into the human steps. And also, the people who actually know how to implement the AI, they will also to have a really possible response when AI actually make mistakes. They won't say it doesn't work. They will find how to iterate it, and they will adjust the prompt, and also they know how to provide more context. And in the last, if we need to say if AI could really generate the revenue, if we can have this very important patterns and behavior, and also we could know actually the AI could help us to create the playbook for all the organization to have the kind of like workflow improvement. I think the answer will be yes, we could definitely generate revenue through AI.
Okay. And Trantor, Cake received and I think screen resumes on like maybe hundreds or thousands on daily basis, right? What are some of the must-have skills to be on the resume that would be, favorable for your clients?
All right. So I don't think there's would be a like must-to-have skill, right? But to answer this question, we need to answer what's company looking for at this moment. So I believe if you work in any company, I think no matter which company or which department, they are looking for some new solutions, either like making their current workflow more efficient or like create a better output. Okay, so company they are not looking simply for like using LLM, ChatGPT or something. It's about how to solve the bigger problem and how to like understand the whole situation right now. Yeah. So behind this, I think it's some soft skill or hard skill that have been talking about. Like it's not something new. It's about like framing the problem and solve the problem, and the capability to adapt new technology. Yeah. So overall, I think it's something you need to present, no matter it's on your resume or during the interview.
And you mentioned earlier that many companies, I'm sure most of your clients, stop recruiting fresh grads, junior, right? So still there are fresh graduates from college, university every year. For them to be appealing, to be attractive, so what are some of the advice you may have for them?
Okay, So I think it's a very tough question. Actually, it's very hard. If it was me at this age, I was a fresh graduate right now, yeah, it's really hard to pitch myself because right now, because you don't really have the experience, and no matter what you can do, there's always some other AI maybe can do better than you. Yeah, so I think the only thing you can try to show yourself is trying to show something like integrated solutions you have been provided for. So it's not just the capability of using some single tool or like just deliver some work like content writing. So you need to think of how you can think bigger, and then that would be the reason why company will hire you as this, even without too much experience. Right.
But how can I show that I can think big on my resume?
Yeah, so I would say that's a tough question. If you don't really have that experience, there's no way you can express it. But I would say just try to do as more like side project as possible. So in that case, you can always tell the company how you solve some certain problem or how you find out the problem, okay? And also like, there's a lot of other things you can try to promote your like think big ability. If you don't really have a like side project, you can still like dive into some of the topic that company might be interested in. For example, like if you are trying to interview Cake as a fresh graduate, okay, so there's so many problems need to be discussed, need to be explored right now in the talent market, like how to solve the talent shortage and how to overcome, how to reskill in AI, okay? So you can still like dive into these questions and prepare some material to the company to show your think big ability.
I have my intern here today, but so they know. I always tell them, if you want to add color to your resume to be more than where you graduate from, it's the best that you start to build your own digital presence. The internet is wide open now. You can write anything you want. You can dive into any project and make a content on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Thread, even TikTok. And so one example, I really admire one of a very young founder from Taiwan, Meet Taipei founder, and he wrote a lot on his Facebook. And then through that, as someone else, you can see their thought process, you can see like what's their passion, what they're good at. So I would suggest, I know because you're a Cake resume, but I would suggest everyone to build outside resume as much as you can. Right, Rehan?
So I need to to establish your digital footprint online as much as possible. In addition to only just the social media chat, you need to build something solid online. So supposedly an intern experience at AppWorks or Crescendo Lab, I think definitely will help. And also for Sophie, I'm sure you receive a lot of business proposals and also pitch decks on a weekly basis, quite a lot, right?
Daily.
A daily basis. All right, so the criteria to evaluate the early stage companies, for the founder or the founding team, in the AI era, are there different characteristics that you emphasize as opposed to the past?
It's just, okay, I think because you asked what's the most valuable thing or the most
the traits
that we as a VC that we look for, to be honest, I think it doesn't change. Even though it's AI time now, I think the most valuable thing we look for doesn't change. So let me maybe emphasize a bit on this doesn't change one. So I think for all of, and if anything, I think for a founder, the most important thing that we value is about we call it heart. But if you look at YC founder, he would say it's a determination in their application. Or Paul Graham, the founder himself, he wrote his article, he said it's about deep interest. You have a really deep interest. Or A Sitting Z article said determination. The same. It's about heart. Why? Because doing a startup is just way difficult. Too difficult. A lot of challenge all the time, bottleneck all the time. So only those that's really determined could stick it through. So for that, actually that's what we look for the most among all these daily proposals. But that's unchanged, even now with AI. But as the first question that you asked, I think indeed if anything changed, I do think is the execution speed. Because everything really is evolving so fast. And this technology is really taking, AI is taking all these possibilities, it's leaping, it's frog leaping. It's really fast. So I think if you decide on an idea, execute fast, and get the feedback fast, and iterate on it fast, or even pivot fast. I was just at lunchtime, talked to a law tech company, and they said they got a feedback 3 months ago about making some pivot that direction. And I told him I agree with that because da-da-da. And he said, yeah, I'm still thinking. Then he said, but he's coming out to fundraise. I said, you should do it now. If you don't do it now, then you can imagine around the world there are so many law tech companies would already maybe just be faster than you, and you already lose the game.
All right. So execution.
Because I feel AI, this technology shift is just making all the competition even bigger. We have all these foundation from the internet era, right? Internet is making everything online, digitalized. But then the AI era just making everything just faster, way more possible. So I think it only means competition is just super intense. That's why I keep highlighting being fast.
But how can you tell the guy or the team is strong in execution from the proposal or pitch deck?
You mean, how can I tell if they're fast enough?
Or have strong execution capability?
So that comes from the fact, right? You see cursor, right? Fastest hitting 500 million, but already surpassed by Lovable. All these companies in the world are breaking record of reaching revenue. So I have a team from AppWorks that's 5 people reaching 2 million ARR in 1 year. And this team is telling me not more people and less speed than it already tells. So I think as a founder now, it's really, really, really intense, the competition.
I see. And I have a follow-up question for that. In the past, usually we said a startup needs to have at least 3 types of talents: technology, product, and business. So I'm not sure nowadays in the AI era, so the technology part has increased or decreased because AI now can do a lot more.
To be honest, I think if we talk about AI startup or any startup want to do AI, so then I feel, yes, technology definitely is a core. Why? Because AI, the era, is a total technology shift. It's not a internet time, it's just a platform shift, right? You used to draw with your hand. Now you draw on the computer. That's a platform shift. You buy in the shop, now you buy on Momo. But AI is different. AI can, just like what Trantor said, AI will now compete with you. They execute faster than you. If a company can hire 100 AI agents cheaper than you, then why don't they do that, right? So AI is a technology shift. So anything is building AI for me, I would say the technology is the product. So that's why the team itself gotta be strong with that capability. So if you ask me that, I say yes. Now, I would really value that the team has a very strong tech capability as their core. And because, as I said, the competition is intense and it keeps changing. So with a very strong core technology capability, it allows the team to react better, to face a potential pivot or change of the business, threat to the business. So I think that is super important. But let me also add one thing. So that's that. And I do notice, and I feel maybe you can share, I see a lot of team now hiring more AI researcher. Like these are not just usual engineer, like coding or building product, building feature. These are researcher to figure out how would you make your AI model runs faster, more efficient, more precise, like more intelligent? And I see a lot of teams start to have that AI researcher role, which I find it very interesting and seem really core. So that's also something we've observed.
Okay, do you like something to add to?
Yeah. Oh, okay. But to answer a question, for myself, I think it's even more important. Yeah, because it doesn't mean that right now the engineer hasn't been really replaced. But actually, it's being more and more important. Yeah, so no matter what kind of function or what kind of area, like industry you want to improve the current workflow, you still need AI engineers to help you. So yeah, some company, if they're not that tech intensive, maybe they just find some data engineer to do labeling. But if the product is the AI itself, then you must have something really know how to use AI to build a product.
Okay, and also a follow-up question for Trantor. Your clients go to you asking for resumes. I think usually they have preference for what kind of a talent or traits, capability they want. For example, I want ABC, he wants DEF, and the other one maybe wants FG, H, blah, blah, blah. Can we summarize from all these requests to come up with some key skill sets that are most aspired from the employer today?
All right, so I think there's still nothing really changed. Of course, there will be a lot of JD right now come up with, along with some AI keywords, like the experience of using LLM or something like that. But I think generally speaking, it's still about finding problems and solve problems. And also, but if one, in my opinion, if there's one skill to emphasize, I would say it's a skill of asking a question in a clear way. Because no matter doing prompt engineering, or if you want to solve the bigger business level problems, the key ability would be asking the right questions, or maybe not right question, but to describe the problem in a very clear way. Okay, so that will help you to have a better usage of a LLM, because you know how to direct it to give you the right answer you really need. Yeah, so that's something I think company would be looking for right now.
Okay, thank you. And for Catherine, that at Crescendo Lab, we know that the PMs, the marketers, and engineers are now all using AI to a certain different degree, but are all using AI. So how would you define a good AI collaborative result? Since this kind of collaboration is daily routine, so how, what's the definition of a good collaborative AI work?
When we start to discover how AI could shape our workflow, we will evaluate with different criteria. And first one, we will say that if the kind of AI implementation could have a very clear playbook, and this kind of a playbook is the kind of instructors, and not only the domain knowledge people could use, but also outside of the domain, the different people could pick out the playbook, and they could start to implement the kind of AI solution in their daily work. And also, we must to check if the company with the same issue or the repeat workflow, if they could all use the kind of playbook to implement into their daily work life. And if they could have one people to implement the kind of workflow, and they could save 10 minutes every day, and if there are 10 people could implement the kind of workflow, and the whole organization could save 100 minutes every day. So we will emphasize how the playbook could implement into our organization, not only personal productivity increasing, but also the whole team and whole organization could leverage their efficiency or leverage their power in doing the business value creation.
Okay, so would you redesign the workflow and reset the KPI?
Yes. Now we will design the AI implementation OKR and goal into our OKR system. So everything they need to combine the AI solution and combine their business goal. For example, if the sales team, they need to generate revenue, right? So they need to implement the AI solution could support them to save more time so that they could focus on how to engage with the client, how to identify how to increase the revenue so that they could get to their business goal, which is the revenue impact.
Okay. And for Trantor, I know that today a lot of applicants use AI to help them prepare their resume. So is it possible one day that the company like a Cake or the employer also use AI to help them screen the resume? So it's a kind of AI to AI kind of recruiting process.
Right, of course. And actually, before the LLM AI coming up, companies already have been using computer to screening resumes. So like Fortune 500 companies, 99% of them using ATS to screen resumes. ATS is application tracking system. So yeah, they do analyze the keywords on the resume. So the result would be more than 60% of resumes haven't been like come up to the recruiter's face. Okay, so it will be filtered out by computers. And right now, nowadays, of course, there will be more like AI doing resume screening, but I think it will be doing it in a more smarter way. Actually, it's something we are developing right now, and we will release our first product in the end of November. Yeah. So the smarter way, what does it mean? Because traditionally, it's only analyze the keywords on the resume. So actually, you simply add more keywords similar to a JD, then you can pass a computer screening. But right now, we are talking about like full context resume screening to understand the full context of the candidate's work experience. For example, if you work at Cake for 2 years, so what does that mean to the recruiter? What company is Cake? It's a startup, and what kind of culture it has, and also what's the compensation of Cake. So knowing this knowledge would provide even better screening for companies.
So how far away are we, one day that doing this online interview with an employer with AI? Basically, AI is doing the interview.
AI interviews, based on my understanding, right now there are some companies start doing that. But I think the question would be, when will it really can replace some part of the real human like interview? For a basic phone screening, yeah, maybe it can. But for like final interviews, I think there's still like personal touch we need to capture during the interview. So it's a little bit hard to totally replace.
So in the sense that in the future that I'm preparing my resume not for human but for AI, right? The format might be a little bit different. So because in the media industry like I'm in right now, we are writing in the past for human to read, but today we're preparing for the machines to read. The format and the content might be a little bit different, okay?
Yeah, right. So in that case, writing, how good you write on the resume doesn't really matter. It just matters about your achievement and also the what company you stayed before.
Right, okay. And Sophie, how important is AI in terms of help the investors making investment decisions? Is it possible that someday, not far away, we are going to see AI become or be promoted as an associate partner or partner in a venture capital firm?
At my firm, we do have, so we hire an AI consultant now that basically...
What do you mean you hire?
So we internally hire an AI consultant for internal. Right. That this consultant will sit with us, any of our employee, anytime that if I told him or her that, hey, I want to build this project, I want to build this tool to help me enhance my efficiency. So my consultant will sit beside me and teach me how to do it. Sometimes I just let him build it, but he will also teach me the whole process. So
This AI consultant is human.
Human. I mean,
right,
a
okay.
consultant for AI to teach me AI, a human. Yes, sorry. So, so first of all, we are all trying to leveling up ourselves, the ability to adopt more AI, to have more AI tool to help ourselves. But indeed, one of our colleagues, he went even extreme. He has this Vibe VC project. He's dissecting all his work to little piece, and then each designing an AI agent to do it. For example, sourcing. Like if I have an idea about, let's say, HR tech, so this AI agent will go source HR tech, or even go follow ACCZ, for example, and then or follow some founder from really good background and just went into stealth mode. For example, we have a lot of this kind of AI agent, AI bot. So by dissecting your work into small pieces, it's possible. So indeed, we have one colleague that's doing Vibe VC now. But if you ask me, can AI become the partner to make a judgment? I'm not sure, because first of all, I think for stock market, more likely. So you will see stock market to have that first until VC. Why? Because startup, they have a long way, right? They have a long way to go, and in their journey, they will hit a lot of wall, a lot of challenge. And it's human. The founder is building it, right? So the ability to read human, whether they have that potential to overcome obstacle and even provide help to them. I think that's really a human job. At the same time, I think VC investment is a very subjective thing, because it's because we are more like I always call ourselves like a scout for the next Shohei baseball player, for example, because it must be we are in a village and found a lot of kids love baseball, and then you found one kid. No, that's the one. He will have that potential to be the Shohei, and then so we put value, resources, help him, and he also work hard, and that scout work, I believe, is very subjective, because me and him as a scout, we probably see different potential, and then the value are co-created by the founder and us as investor to put resources to help. So all these things are still contributed by human, and by your subjective view, by your biased love. So that's why you want to just help this, but not that company, right? So all this work are still done very subjectively. So that's why I think that element cannot be replaced.
Yeah, that's a good example about Shohei Ohtani, but there's only one Shohei. But there are 30 Major League Baseball teams that has scout teams, so they're working very hard. But sometimes when the game changer factor appears, like Billy Bean for the Oakland Athletics, they use statistical numbers instead of this scouts, so kind of change the game, the course of the game. Yeah. So my last question for Sophie and for Trantor and Catherine as well. Recently, there is a popular term, this one-man unicorn, right? That means they're a superhuman, with the assistance from AI in different aspects. They can somehow create a company with market cap or valuation over $1 billion US. Okay, so how far away are that, from your opinion? From today, are we going to see this one-man unicorn startup company? Like 3 years, 5 years, or longer, perhaps?
I think Sam Altman said it's soon, right? But for me, I'm not sure, but I do think it's possible. Because, it's possible, but I do think before they reach 1 billion, they probably are acquired. And I think to reach 1 billion, it means a big value. So I don't think it's a one man, but a small team, very likely. And that's already happening.
Maybe not one, but perhaps 2 or 3, but they can create a unicorn, right?
Yeah, I think it's totally possible.
Okay. And what do you think, Trantor? If this happens, I think that perhaps it would change the landscape of the employer market as well. So maybe you will have very different profile of clients in the future, right?
Yeah. So. Sorry. What's the question?
One man,
One
1
man
billion
unicorn.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really understand what's a. Actually, that's the first time hearing this, and I'm not quite understand the logic behind it. But I don't think it would be, as far as I know about AI, I don't have a good logic behind the reasoning of this.
Okay.
And I think AI would definitely helping more solo founders to found their startup companies. But to become a unicorn, I think it's not just a craft. It's also about doing the business. So maybe that could it would be very impossible to run by one person.
Okay, because usually unicorn's definition is that you start up under 10 years, the valuation over $1 billion US. Usually it's a team, like maybe hundreds of people or seven dozens of people or less than 10. But one man, that will be very, very unlikely in the past. But with the help of AI and with all the kind of tools progressing very fast. So now people have this vision, especially from Silicon Valley, that someday, not far away, this might be possible.
Yeah, if AI is that powerful, then maybe the AI itself can create a unicorn. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you one person or some other person, right? Yeah, that's why I'm thinking.
Okay, what do you think, Catherine?
Yeah, I believe it will happen soon. But actually, for now, AI couldn't build a connection and the trust between human and human. And if we need to do the business, we need to communicate with the customers, with the market, and with the bigger company. So I believe for enterprise business, they could definitely decrease the headcount or resources they need. And also the small team, they could increase the efficiency with the AI's help. But I think the real human's value is building the connection and building the trust. So I believe if the AI could have the day to really support the small team, could get to the very high goal, I believe it's soon. But also, I believe the true value of human being.
Okay, thank you. We hope it to be soon, but not too soon, right? It's a bit scary if it happens too soon. Okay, thank you three for sharing your insights in this panel discussion. Okay, thank this three panelists very much. Thank you.
Thank you.